Number 4 on your quarter 1 list is make a contour line drawing, and so the example shows you a contour line drawing of a shoe. I'm going to show you on my paper how you could do that. You could pick an object besides a shoe, but honestly a shoe is not that hard. If you lay the shoe on its side, you're not going to trace it, but you're maybe going to make just a few marks. So you know where the back of the heel is, the bottom of the shoe, the line that goes across the bottom, just kind of making a few marks around, almost like I'm going to connect the dots so that I can draw the shoe the right size, the right length. And so I kind of made those marks. Hopefully you can kind of see those on the paper. And that way when I look at the shoe from the side here, you'll be able to see how I'm kind of looking at it and drawing it. So the back of the shoe is rounded somewhat, and the bottom of the shoe is mostly flat. It does come up a little bit in the center, not much. And then the long part of the shoe where your feet actually fit in, we're going to connect those around this side to the toe, and then you're going to kind of come up in the front. I went up a little bit too far. All right, so you're going to connect them and bring it back around. You're just doing the side view, not the top view or the 3/4 view. You want to actually really look mostly just at the side of the shoe, not from this side or angled up like that. So you really want it to be more from this edge. Now that I have this on here, I kind of have an outline. You're going to work with that outline. This part of my shoe goes all the way across, so I want to probably add that in first so I don't forget, and start adding in, like, say this line, and then go all the way to the bottom, and then I've forgotten to add this in. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this across carefully, trying to kind of keep it as thick and even as possible. When you get up here, it kind of like turns up with the shoe, so you're going to want to make sure you don't just draw it straight across, okay? And then you're just going to start looking at obvious outlines. You can see an outline with the stitching here, you can see an outline with the stitching there. So those are what you're kind of looking for to draw the details of the shoe. You don't have to draw all of like these little lines in there. You don't have to draw the little stitch marks on all of them. So that's what I'm saying by that obvious outlines, where the largest or most obvious outline looks. And I'm even going to show you on the shoelaces. Sorry, I'm concentrating and drawing at the same time. So I'm stopping talking. I want to kind of bring this line back down here to the front. It's about that far in, so you got to kind of measure with your eyes and then make sure you measure the same distance on your paper. Anyway, as I was starting to say, I'm not going to worry about the shoelaces just yet. Maybe the holes where the shoelaces are going to come out of, you may want to put those on to start with. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to make sure I kind of space these out to be 6 holes. The first one is really more up here. I think I'm making them a little too small. That's what's wrong. So draw light until you get it right. That's why I'm not pressing very hard when I'm drawing these, because I needed to erase. And I'm trying to kind of evenly space them the best I can. This one looks more like an oval. I kind of want to add the keds up here on the side, so I think I'm going to go back here and make this just a bit wider. I think I got it a little too narrow right there. All right, I do want to add in this dark line through the center here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And since it's a thick line, I'm going to be putting not just the top of the line, but also the bottom edge of it. So I'll come back this way. And probably when I trace this, I'll color this in between here and here black, just so it has a nice thick look to it like the shoe does. All right, is there anything else I'm missing that's obvious? You can add the shoelaces in if you want. Really what you're gonna have to do though is go and take these up through the top and then erase the part that's inside of here, so it looks like the shoelace is going up and over the side. I don't know that I want to put all the ties and stuff on, but you certainly could if you wanted to take the time to do that. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking more that you are taking your time to draw a shoelace that looks similar to what it actually you see, not just made up, okay? So let's see, that shoelace. It's gonna kind of disappear over the top, and then this one will go up out of the hole and over the top, and again, erase these lines out of the center. All right, I have the outline of everything drawn pretty well. I still feel like it's too plain of a shoe, and so what I think I'm gonna do is in this area, I have the stripes on my shoe. I'm gonna go ahead and add those in just because I think it's gonna make it look a whole lot more interesting than if I leave them off. All right, when you're happy with your drawing, you'll take a Sharpie marker and you will start to trace all of the lines for your shoe. And it's just one continuous line, no shading, no texture, just a nice, clean line drawing. All right, so I finished tracing with the black marker. Now I'm just taking my eraser and cleaning up the pencil lines. I decided that up here where the metal pieces were, that the shoelaces came out of, I needed a little bit thicker of a line, so I went over that again, and I made it a little bit thicker in that area too, just because I thought it looked like it needed it. It looked too much like it was still part of the shoelace otherwise. And so now I'm just gonna kind of clean this up. And this is just what a contour line drawing is. It's just the outline of your object. So you don't have to color it in. You can cut it out if you want and make a background for it, like the one in the example looks like. This was actually a woven piece of art that they glued it onto. So you could do that if you wanted to, or you can just sign your name to this and turn it in as your contour line drawing.